Hello and welcome to 10 Minute Fringe. I'm here with Sean Davies of This Charming Man. How you doing, Sean?
I'm doing great. I'm being clawed to death by my dog, but aside from that, I'm doing great.
They're very jealous. I get it. Tell me about This Charming Man.
This Charming Man is a comedy show about gender identity and the Smiths. So it's sort of like I'm a really big Smiths fan, and I've got loads of male role models, and it's sort of I'm questioning whether I should have these male role models or not, because let's face it, a lot of them are problematic, aren't they?
Yeah,
The men folk. So
very true.
yeah.
That's
So yeah,
amazing.
it's a sort of love letter to the Smiths and a love letter to all of my problematic male role models. But it's quite chaotic, and there's a lot of queer joy in there as well. It sounds like it's quite niche, and I think on the surface some people might think, oh, like I don't know much about the Smiths, but I don't really think you need to know anything about the Smiths to enjoy the show. There's a lot of other content in there that I think people relate to. So yeah.
Amazing. So you've obviously done stand up for a while. You've done Edinburgh before. Is there anything about this show that you're doing differently, or that you're excited about trying something for this one?
Yeah, I mean, this show is a big change for me. So I've only ever really done like stand up with like me and a microphone and a stand. I've never done anything other than that until I started working on this show. And this show's been like a really collaborative process. So like I've worked with a lot of other creatives to like there's some sort of tech elements in there. There's some sort of clowning in there. There's a lot of props and different things going on. There's costume changes. It's chaotic, and it's so far out my comfort zone that I question daily what the hell I'm doing with my life. But I'm having a lot of fun with it. I'm having an awful lot of fun with it. Just a chance to like, play around, be silly, and just, enjoy myself on stage.
Mhm.
So that feels really nice to be able to do that.
That's awesome. So let's talk about Edinburgh. I mean, you've done it. How many times have you done the Edinburgh Fringe, and what do you like about performing there? What keeps you going back?
Um, I think I've been putting shows on since 2018, and I think for me and for I think for most people. Sorry, that's the dog just squeaking a toy. I don't know if you can hear him in the background. He's decided now is the time he wants to fight with this thing. There
I
he
have no
goes.
complaints. That's amazing.
I think for me, like one of the best things about Edinburgh is you're just doing so many gigs a day. Like I myself will be doing 3 of my own shows a day. Plus there'll be other shows that I'm jumping on here, there, and everywhere. So it's like you're just you're getting so much stage time that you're like writing, rewriting, like gigging, getting instant feedback, and it you just feel completely in your element with it. Or like that's how I've always felt before. And it's like just being around other creative people, watching lots of different work from lots of different genres all the time. It's just like there's just such a buzz around everything, and I really, really enjoy that. And like meeting other creatives, like like obviously like meeting yourself, like from we met at Comedy Queers, which is a show that I
Yeah.
run, and like it's just a really great way of being like, oh hey, like like get chatting to people, and find people from all over the world that have got similar interests, or you enjoy their comedy, or whatever. And it's just I just really enjoy that side of it.
It's amazing. Do you want to talk about your two other shows? I knew about Comedy Queers. I didn't even know you had a third one.
Yeah, so I mean, Comedy Queers is, I mean, you've done the show, so it's just, quite a chaotic late night kind of mixture of whatever queer comics and drag acts and musical people and whoever that I can just, scoop up at the time to put on a show, really. And we just have a wonderful time. It's a sort of safe space where we can be absolutely fierce, and it's a lovely environment, and we have a great time doing that show. And
It's
then I
amazing.
also have Best in Class, which is we won the panel prize last year, so it's our profit sharing crowdfunded sort of platform for working class performers to be able to access arts festivals. So we try and raise money throughout the year, and then we take a group of 8 working class comics up to Edinburgh, and we give them the opportunity to run the show and work on the show and perform every day. And yeah, it's I've kind of taken a bit of a step back from that, which is hard for me. So like this year, like they've designed the posters, they've done like the press releases, they're doing social media posts, and I'm just sort of standing there going, "You're amazing," but I'm finding it really hard to let go. so so I'll just kind of
That's
be
impressive.
there to produce and to help if they need me, but it's very much like the acts will just sort all that out themselves. So yeah.
That's so amazing. I mean, it feels like you work really hard at Fringe. I hope you're doing okay. I hope you're taking care of yourself also.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of green tea, a lot of a lot of sleep. I've quit drinking already in anticipation for Edinburgh. I find that helps.
Mhm.
And yeah, I just try and stay as grounded as possible. Really, it's very easy to get swept up in it all. And as much as I enjoy it, it's like actually, do I really need to be in this basement at 2 o'clock in the morning trying to catch the eye of this producer, or should I just go to bed? Probably just go to bed. Yeah.
Yeah, fair fair enough. So tell me let's go back to this charming man. Is there a part of the show you're really excited to perform, like to see the audience reaction? Is there something like newer like that you're enjoying putting in front of an audience?
Yeah, so there's a couple of kind of, I guess, like lip sync mime kind of bits in there that as I say, like they're kind of new to me. It's a new genre for me to perform, but it's also like they've been having like good reactions in the previews and stuff. And I think that anyone who's seen me before will be like, "Whoa, didn't know you could do that." Like, so yeah, I'm looking forward to sort of doing those bits and doing them well, and being able to execute them at like a different skill set that people haven't seen me do. Yeah.
Oh, that's exciting. What are you hoping people get out of seeing your show?
Just absolute queer joy. I just want people to walk away feeling happy, whether that's queer people themselves who relate to it on that level, or whether that's other people that maybe are now thinking about things a little bit differently because they've seen things from my perspective. But I think that the joy and the happiness that's in the show, that's what I want people to take away. I want people to just come away having had a wonderful time, and smiles on people's faces. I think when I've been doing work in progress shows, like you can see it in the audience afterwards. They're carrying that with them. The sort of there's some heavy bits in there, but there's a lightness as well, and there really is a lot of joyful moments. So yeah.
I love that. I love queer joy. I love it. I have a question for you from April Wish from the show Wendy, My Darling. April wanted
Okay.
to know, what are the top 2 favorite days of your life?
Oh my god.
I know, it's
The
intense.
top 2 favorite days of my life. Jesus Christ. Well, I mean, not gonna lie, it was pretty special last year getting the Edinburgh Comedy Award. It's definitely a big one, I would say.
Amazing.
And then I'm gonna be really kind of corny now and say like, this is just a really daft story, but I was on
Mhm.
holiday with my girlfriend and we hadn't been together that long, and we were just like walking, and then we'd sort of sat down and like we were really hot and we were just chatting, and I said to her, "So like, what are we gonna do next?" Meaning like, should we get an ice cream or whatever? And I was like, "Oh, like what do you think or what do you want to do next?" And she just went, "Oh, build a life with you probably."
Oh my
And it
god.
like it just sounds really daft, but it like melted my heart, and I quite often think about her saying that and that day. And yeah, we're still together. She's just bought a house. I've started moving into it. So yeah, that was a pretty good day.
Incredible, I love it. Do you have a question for my next guest?
Huh. Yes.
Mhm.
Um, if you could be a cake or biscuit, which one would you be and why?
That's my kinda question. Um, I love it.
Mm.
Um, and isn't there some controversy about, like, the line between cake and biscuit? I feel this is the only thing I know about,
I
like,
think there is. There is
British.
a lot of
I'm
controversy,
excited about
particularly around a Jaffa cake, because a
mhm.
Jaffa cake is more biscuit than cake. And I believe there's a lot of stuff. It's some of it's to do with tax purposes. I think you pay VAT on biscuits, but not cakes, or maybe the other way around. I don't know. I think it's we're opening a can of worms, or indeed
Yeah,
a tin of biscuits. I don't know.
wow,
Um,
and incredible. Hey, Sean, when and where are your shows that you wanna tell people about?
so my solo show, This Charming Man, is at 15:45, and that is at Assembly George Square Gardens, the box. And then Best in Class is at 8:15, and that is at the Three Sisters. And then Comedy Queers is also at the Three Sisters at 10:15.
Amazing. Well, I will definitely see you at Comedy Queers, and I will come see your show. Thank you so
Fabulous.
much for coming on the show. Please thank your dog for coming as well.
Don't thank him.
Thank you so much, everybody, for watching.